Hi guys, I'm now 6 months post-surgery and I wanted to share with you this amazing transformation so far. So 6 months after having a hair transplant, I may be halfway or a third of the way through my recovery journey. Results can be fully seen between 12 to 18 months post-surgery. So 6 months, I'm halfway through a 12-month recovery, and if it's 18 months, then I'm a third of the way. As you may have seen through my blog and my video diaries that I've been keeping, my hair did not shed immediately. I maintained around 70% of my transplanted hair. It didn't shed and drop out and then regrow. Some of it did, and that was predominantly around the temples and the center part here. But for the majority of it, I had a lot that remained in place. Around 5% of patients will retain their transplanted hair without any form of shedding. So this is where I'm at now for the fringe. Because it isn't long enough, the weight of it, to hold it down, it sort of springs up still, and it's very much in this vertical phase of growth. Once it is longer, it's able to sit down. I can then position it as a side parting, as a blunt fringe, and play around with styles and see what I'm working with here. So as you can see, for the time being, my hair is now a nice little handful. It could be tied into a ponytail. Oh my goodness, how cute would that be? I actually could make a ponytail, but it's not heavy enough to create my fringe yet. I need to get length in there. It's now coming up to springtime. I had my surgery over the winter so that I could recover and grow away from being outside with sun exposure to the treatment area, and also so that I could hide my hair regrowth. Something that came out in social media was the fact that I had planned to hide my surgery completely as a woman. It was something that I wanted to be very discreet about, especially with hair loss being such a taboo for women. I decided to buy lots of hats, caps, scarves, headbands, every kind of fashionable way to discreetly cover the fact that I'd had surgery. However, something very unexpected was after my surgery, I had no desire to hide my recovery. Something switched in my mindset, and I suddenly realized that after 10 years of suffering in silence, hair loss was not something to be ashamed about. And having a hair transplant as a woman, as a female, as a mother in my 30s was not something to be ashamed of. It's actually something that I felt very passionate about and didn't feel the need to make excuses or apologies or to explain my decision to have had this surgery. So actually the only time that I covered my hair transplant when the scabbing was coming away, because I had to have photos taken for work and I couldn't have this scabbing on my head visible. For a couple of minutes, took some photos and then removed it. After that, I didn't cover my hair at all. I wore a hood when it rained or used an umbrella, but made no attempt to disguise the fact that I'd had surgery for day-to-day life and for work following having those photos taken. So actually that was very liberating for me. It made me feel as if I was finally in control of regaining my hair, which was something I never thought that I would be able to experience in my lifetime. To know that this hair is permanent and will stay with me forever is so amazing. Whilst my transplanted area will now stay thick and full for the rest of my life, it will permanently stay there because of the follicles that were used from the back of the head not being subject to hair loss. My hair is beautiful. It's better than I could ever have expected. I love my results, and I'm only half, if not a third of the way through my recovery. It's very reassuring to know that in 5, 10, 15 or 20 years, if the top of my hair is subject to hair loss further back, there is something that can be done about it. I may not need as many follicles, I may need more. It really does depend on how you age and the lifestyle that you lead. So now that I'm more aware of taking care of my hair, this area has not been dyed at all, so rather than being a light blonde, I'm back to my natural dark blonde colour, and I'm really loving feeling a more natural version of myself. I made the mistake of bleaching my hair for so many years, wearing hair extensions and trying to hide my hair loss, which ultimately actually damaged the hair that was remaining. And now I have that freedom from that. This is a second chance for me to treat my hair properly, to cherish what I have, and to take proper care of it. So taking hair vitamins and using derma roller treatments, all of these things can really make a difference. The hair loss shampoos that we can use, and the way that we lead our lifestyle. Having plenty of sleep, reducing our stress, eating healthy foods and taking exercise, just boosting the immune system, making your body fit and strong, and really taking care of yourself. It's been absolutely amazing to know that over 30 million people have seen my hair loss journey, something that I never expected to happen, especially because it was such an embarrassing and taboo subject for me. I never thought that other people would stand up and actually say, hey, I want this. I wish I knew about this before. Where can I get this? There has been such an outpour of love and support, and it's something that I think can echo in every aspect of life. We always find a problem most difficult when we keep it to ourselves, but the more we talk about it, the more we share our experiences and journey through life, the easier it is to gain perspective, experience, and find answers to our questions. Showing others that you are not alone, that really does make such a huge difference. So with the summertime approaching, I will be edging ever closer to my full and final results, and I feel so confident now. To think that my scalp was visible at every angle before, especially in the summer when it was sunny or I would get sweaty, I feel like I have so much hair that there is not an inch of skin on show. From the receding that I suffered with, from the hair loss that I suffered with, it's just impossible to put into words exactly how amazing this feels. So thank you for being a part of this. Thank you for joining me, and I hope you enjoyed this update. I hope I've answered some of your questions. My eyebrows are still growing very handsomely, and again, it's a very low maintenance procedure to have an eyebrow transplant, where I would have to use eyebrow pencils all the time and correct the shape and try and fill in these gaps where I had them tattooed, which was obviously very expensive and would fade and become very light, or need sharpening and correcting. There is none of that upkeep now. When I pluck my eyebrows once per week for all these stray hairs that kind of creep along and come out of alignment, I then just take a trimmer and trim over my brows in the middle here where I've had my hair transplant, because they will grow indefinitely long. It takes all of 2 seconds. It's part of my new beauty routine now. Being on holiday, swimming in the sea, knowing that my eyebrows can't wash off and my hair extensions can't get trashed and knotted and ratty, because I don't need hair extensions. I don't need makeup on my eyebrows or special tricks and tips to disguise and hide my problems. They are solved for a lifetime. They are gone. And that weight has been lifted off my shoulders. To be free from hair loss is the most incredible experience. And I will continue to share that with you all. I will check in again at 9 months into my recovery. So any questions that you have, please feel free to leave them in the comments box below, and I will do my best to answer them. And until next time, take care of yourself, be kind to yourself and others, and I will see you all soon.